Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the 170th installment of what I like to call What I Eat Wednesdays, where we take a look at some of the most interesting What I Eat in a Day videos on TikTok. Sorry, I was stumbling a little bit over the intro. Live, baby. Yes! Screw it, we'll do it live! As you can see, I still have my arm in a sling. I'm still recovering from my surgery, which is why we're going to be doing this one live. And we're going to be checking back in with a creator that we checked out previously who was deep frying beans. And people thought that that was just rage bait and they didn't believe that she was real. Today, we're going to be looking a little bit deeper into that and seeing if she is indeed real or it was actually rage bait. I think you guys will be shocked to find that she is real. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to the live stream. Nice. This is going to be a shorter one. I only have time to do about a half an hour, so we're going to be diving right into this, not wasting any time. This is the person who was deep frying beans before, and people didn't believe that this account was real. They thought it was rage bait. I don't know. Do you guys think that accounts such as Kay's Cooking are rage bait? I don't. I think sometimes people eat in a way that would shock you, and it's not actually rage bait. So let's see. Let's dive right into this. It looks like she's deep frying a burger. Okay, we got our typical oil. Making my blue-collar husband Wingstop after his 14-hour shift. Wait a minute. So you went to Wingstop and bought this meal and then took it home, and now you're going to fry it further? I mean, it's already fairly fried. Hold on, let me move this. You're going to want to double fry those wings. What the heck? Who puts a burger or a chicken sandwich or whatever this is into oil and fries it? Like, you're literally just frying bread. You know, like the frying heat is going to go all the way through the sandwich or what. I don't know. Like, that's the only thing that's wrong here. Okay. Yeah, you're going to want to add salt to that. It's not salty enough. Based on this, I don't know, maybe it is rage bait to just straight up take fast food and go right to pan frying it immediately. This isn't the same as those frozen TV dinners, so maybe it is rage bait. I don't know. Let me see. Oh my god, look at that bread. Dude, when you bite into that bread, it's grease is just gonna pour right down your cheek and then your neck and even into your shirt. Later on, you're gonna like feel grease down here. You're like, what the heck? And you're gonna look in there and see a little bit of canola oil just chilling inside your shirt. So that's not chill. That is not chill, my friend. Oh my god. What's messed up is that the Wingstop oil that all of this stuff was initially fried in was infinitely cleaner than your oil. That's pretty wild. That is very wild. There we go, using the metal spoon and the Teflon pan again. That's what really gets me. Those Teflon flakes really add a lot of flavor. And it helps the food just pass right through you. Do-do-do. Shh. Non-stick. It won't stick to your intestine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. That was completely uncalled for. Okay. All right, let's see what the people have to say. We got comments over here. What the fuck is in that pan? That's deep fried goodness. We call that leavings. All of the remnants of all of our previous meals left in there. The leavings. This person says, you need your ass whooped. All right, let's calm down. Let us calm down, okay? What do you guys think about this? Mary Johnson says, I like to think this is rage bait, but I also know some people who would do this. I don't know, man. It's completely insane to go to a fast food joint and take that directly to a pan of oil. You're like, this isn't fried enough, you morons. You guys don't know what you're doing. Let me show you how to fry some food, right? You're like questioning the abilities of the fast food restaurant at this point. And I'm offended. You thought that Wingstop didn't know what the hell they were doing? You're like, that's not properly fried. Let me show you. Let me hit her with another coat of cannoli. All right, let's carry on. Okay, so we already saw this classic before with the moldy bread, the grilled cheese. Let's see. Just giving this page a once over here, like looking at it. You guys think this could be real? I think this could be real. Kay's Cooking exists. Various other interesting chefs out there on the interwebs do exist, and they are authentic. Sometimes it's just unbelievable. What's this? That's just more TV dinner. That's not blowing my mind. Let's see what we're doing with these noodles. My unsophisticated ass calls everything noodles. You guys are like, that's pasta. No, it's not. It's noodles. Quit being pretentious. Cooking homemade spaghetti bolognese, interesting spelling, wreath for my husband's birthday meal as a broke wife. Okay. A birthday wreath? Oh my gosh. Okay. So we start with the noodles. We put minced beef and onion from a can in the middle. Okay. In some kind of oil, of course. Cold oil. That also gets me. Like starting every meal off in cold oil, and then you start heating it up. What are we doing? All right, hold on. What's next? Salt. You're gonna want a couple pounds of that. Oh my God, that's a lot of salt. And then what is that? Frickin' ketchup? Is that legendary brown sauce from the UK or whatever? That very nondescript, just brown sauce. That's what they have. Okay, it looks bloody dreadful though. Bloody dreadful. It's like a volcano, like of, I'm not gonna say what. Okay, you can literally still see the oil in the pan. Like it didn't mix with the pasta sauce at all, with the tomato sauce. It like remained a separate layer. It refuses to homogenize. It refuses to emulsify or whatever the hell into this sauce. It's like, no, I stay in the pan. Yeah, you can still see the pools of oil chilling in the pan. They just stay separate from this sauce. I guess tomato sauce and oil don't mix, much like oil and water. Oh my God. All right. Next. Should I rate these since this is What I Eat Wednesday? I give that a 1 out of 10, my friends. What is this? Just a full-on fish? Salmon stir fry. Meals I've made. Oh, these are just pictures. I don't want to look at a slideshow. I'm a simple man. I want video. Okay. Hold on. What's this? Oh, that's another slideshow. Dang it, I keep falling for those. Okay. Is this an actual meal, loaf? I see some sort of meat. Oh my God, the amount of salt on that. Hold on now. Making my blue-collar husband homemade steak and eggs on the barbecue after his 12-hour shift. You can't possibly think that's how you spell barbecue, right? This cannot be real. This cannot be real. All right, let's go. Oh my God. Dude, that is not nearly enough salt. I think your husband is going to be very severely nutrient deficient in salt. sodium levels are dangerously low. Oh, that's frozen, of course. Dude, is the pan even on? We just like let it sit in cold oil for 10 minutes and we're like, it's done, it's good. I don't need to turn the heat on or anything. What are we doing? Why are we cooking this on the barbecue? Why? Why? You're literally just putting a pan on the barbecue. That's not how you grill a steak. This is rage bait. This has to be. This is so ridiculous. The eggs are supposed to go directly onto the grate. What are you even doing? Okay. Let me go look at the chat for a minute and see what you guys think about this. Baron420 says, but even if it's just rage bait, what happens with the food after getting cooked? I don't know. It's either getting wasted or somebody is eating this somewhere. Either way, I'm devastated. Azzy Soleil asks, why do you have a giant picture of yourself in the background? No hate, just curious. Well, you know, it's good to remember who you are, you know? You don't want to forget. And if I ever start to forget who I am, I could just look back. Oh, I am me. That's me, so I don't forget. Heart attack sodium. That was a criminal amount of salt, I would say. You're gonna get a stroke from that in 10 minutes. He takes one bite and just starts stroking out. Okay, now it's defrosted, at least. That whole time it was sitting in the oil, it was just defrosting. And the egg that we're doing that to with tongs. Okay. Alright, it's getting harder to believe that this is actually real. Honestly. Let's see what else we got here, love. This is just a big old marshmallow we're going to put in there. Oh no, that's more frozen food. Making my blue-collar husband homemade Italian spaghetti carbonara just like his mama used to after his 14-hour shift. His mama used to deep fry TV dinners. For some reason, even that amount of pepper is completely insane. Like, we're just dumping. What even is that? Like, is it just a puck of noodles that is frozen? Or are there other things in there as well? Where's the carbonara? What does carbonara mean? It looks like, I don't know, there's some sort of mystery little chunks of meat in there, perhaps? I don't know. I don't know what's supposed to be in carbonara. Here we go. Hot dogs and eggs, a classic. Making my blue-collar husband meal prep sausages and egg the British way before his 14-hour shift. The British way. Alright. That means to deep fry it, apparently. Or not deep fry, but pan fry. This is pan frying, if we're being real. I typically just put a little butter in the pan before I fry my eggs, you know? But I'm old-fashioned like that. Let's see, this person says, I'm British and I wouldn't give that to my dog. Perhaps, but are you British? Because if you were British, then you would see this was a very lovely meal indeed, love. What even is British? What the hell does that mean? British? What the actual F is going on here then? For once, am speechless and... Dude, nobody can spell. I can only assume that this is a piss take, as that is verging on inedible and bears no resemblance to the actual dish. How dare you? How dare you say that? That is very much eggs and sausage the British way. Just joking, by the way. British viewers, don't click off. You better click on. You better click on so hard, dude. All right, hold on. I'm over that. Let's carry on, love. Let's see. Is this something with bananas, bro? Bacon and banana pancakes. All right, all right. Hot dog omelet. Okay. Chow mein. This is, dude, that was spelled Maine like Maine. Chow mein. Man, what the hell? Chow Gucci Maine. What? Okay. Oh, no, actually, I think he spells it differently. But either way, I'm getting Maine from that. All right. Let's carry on. Look at all that oil, dude. Look at all that oil. You could just turn the plate like a little to the side and just let all that run out. Save it for deep frying or frying stuff again in the future. Give me that chow. Spaghetti carbonara. Sausage and mash. All right. Bacon and banana pancakes. I feel like we could have done something special with that, you know? If we had, like, not cooked it in a pan full of whatever wacky old oil. I bet that was actually cooked in a pool of oil, which is very bizarre for pancakes. You know what I mean? Let me pan fry you some pancakes. Oh, what is this? That's just like a can of beans that we just put directly in there. Hold on. What's happening? Making my blue-collar husband, Mark, a homemade his name is Mark. A homemade healthy vegetable soup after his 14-hour shift. People that watch the channel will know that I always use the name Mark when I'm like giving some example of a guy for some reason. I don't know why. So your husband's name is Mark. The alcoholic Mark. I can see why he has an alcohol problem. Dude, this is still frozen. What are we doing? Here's what you do. You don't even cook it. You just leave it all stuck together like this. First of all, hold on. This has to be canned food, right? Because of the shape that it's in. But it's like frozen. You froze a can of like canned food or something. I don't know. But we don't even need to cook this. We can just slice it like this way and have a little slice off of there like it were a sausage. I'll give you a slice of green beans that's been caked in salt as well as carrots. This is the correct music for this. Oh my god, what are you doing? No, don't do that. That's not what you do with that. How could you? This cannot be. This cannot be. This isn't tradition. This isn't tradition. Sorry, I was getting into the music a little too much. Dude, it's literally taking the entirety of this cooking to just defrost that. Why was that frozen? That was in the shape of a can. You froze canned peas and carrots? Okay. Alright, I think I've seen enough. I'm gonna give this one a 1 out of 10. Alright, what's good? I see some tomatoes right here. And some bread. Alright, let's go. Oh. Making my blue-collar husband British homemade tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwich after his 14-hour shift. There's nothing like a sandwich. Okay. The heck? We just have to have that pan with oil in it. Like, everywhere we go, no matter what kind of cooking we're doing, we're preparing food on the grill, but first it has to be dredged in the oil pan, and then it can go onto the grates and finish cooking. I don't know. This is crazy, dude. Look how thick that salt is. That was violent. Throwing those freaking tomatoes on there all hard. Here's your freaking tomatoes, Mark. Get your life together. Get sober. This is helping Mark get sober. It's only his drunkenness that has kept him eating all of these meals without noticing all these years. What are we doing? Oh, I thought we were gonna like discard the tomatoes after that. They flavored the soup enough. Now we throw them out. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna give that one also a 1. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of these traditional British meals? Andrea Michelle says, yeah, there's no way someone in their right mind would make food with that much salt. Yeah, I thought it was an egregious amount of salt myself. Like, every single dish includes a ridiculous salt pour right in the beginning. Okay, let's carry on. Let's carry on, love. Okay. I believe we should now look at... Oh my gosh. Oh, my feeble American brain cannot comprehend this. It's not... No, I'm just kidding. It's literally not even that. This is not a America, UK cooking showdown at all. I don't believe this actually accurately represents cooking in the UK. You could call me crazy. She's got one of those salts dispensers that's like a giant pool chemical looking container, like what you would dispense shock or chlorine from into your pool. Dude, you're deep frying a pizza, and once again, starting in cold oil is sending me, dude. It is sending me. This cold oil absorbed into every single inch of this pizza. There was no steam layer created when you put it into already hot oil, like when you deep fry something. Oh my gosh. Oh, help us, Rhonda. Help us. Dude. You're not even going to flip that. Okay. She's going to flip it. Hold on, let's go. All right, hold on. It says, making my blue-collar husband, Mark, a Italian-style British vegan pizza. What the hell's that? And chips for his lunch. What the hell's a vegan pizza? What does that mean? Those fries are all soggy as hell, too. Nothing ever gets, like, crispy and nice. Okay, that was bloody horrific. I don't know how that was Italian style. Oh my god, look at it to begin with. It's like a... Is that a Hawaiian? A Hawaiian pizza to start with? I don't know. Let's see. It can only get crazier, dude. What the heck is this? How do the beans... How come all the canned goods... Like, because clearly these things came from a can based on their shape. How do they start off all hard and frozen? You're literally freezing canned food, right? It's not just that solid all the way through. Even this, if this were refried beans, which I'm sure we've all used a million times, it starts off like this in the pan, but you can instantly cut it right in half with your big spoon so it breaks apart and you can start cooking your refried beans. So even with something like that that maintains the shape, it's still soft enough to cut right through. None of these things are. They're all rock solid. So what? These are frozen beans in the shape of a regular can of beans? I don't know. I'm not only confused, I'm also scared. What the hell is that? Purple? You putting freaking purple pepper on there now? What the heck? Alright, what are they calling this? Making my blue-collar husband Mark a healthy homemade chicken and veg soup for his return home on his lunch break. Okay, so that's a chicken soup that is frozen or something. I like the slow motion on that. This person points out, random piece of cheese stuck to side of pan. Yeah, right here. Just a piece of American cheese from our last traditional dish. Okay, oh my gosh. What the hell is this supposed to be again? Chicken and vegetable soup? Dude, all I see is oil and whatever all this is. It's not even, it doesn't even look like soup of any sort. It all just became brown as it cooked in the oil. Everything just becomes the color of the oil. Oh my god, what is this? I saw like confetti and then so sprinkles, confetti, something. Making my blue-collar husband Mark, I don't know why that's in all caps, a healthy nutritious breakfast before his 14-hour shift on his birthday. Dude, stop. This ain't real. This is straight up rage bait. Nutritious, spelled N-O-O-T-R-I-C-H-U-S. Nutritious. That sounds like a disease, okay? That sounds like something that you would catch and you would need to go to the hospital and get some antibiotics for, my friend. Let us continue. Before I catch some nutritious... Dude. Frying pancakes, submerging them in oil, diabolical. Frying bananas too. What is that? Salt? Oh my god, it's so much. The thing is, like, I'm not one of those people that's opposed to a little salt, you know what I'm saying? But like this is like crazy amounts of salt. The left side of my body is going numb just looking at that amount of salt. Dude, bust out the confetti already, okay? I'm a busy man. Get to the confetti. Oh, God, look how soggy that is. Dude, if you bit into that, oil would just start pouring down your face. Like, this is just a sponge soaked in oil. If you were to squish it down, it would be as flat as a piece of paper, and it would just all be oil. 95% of this is oil. This is literally an oil sponge. What? Oh, I swear to God, I thought that was more oil, bro. It's syrup. I hope. I hope to God that's syrup. What if it was just more oil? She's like, these pancakes are looking a little dry. So I went ahead and got my husband, Mark, some more oil. I went ahead and drizzled these with oil. Typically, you would use like maple syrup or something, but not around here. Okay. There we go. There's the confetti. Or sprinkles. You guys would probably call that sprinkles or whatever. I call it confetti because I got to be weird, confusing, and also use the wrong terminology. It's not even edible. Like, it's glitter and stuff. Alright, okay, well that was horrific. And I think we're going to have to wrap it up right there. Thank you all so much for joining me. That was going to be a shorter live stream today, unfortunately. So be sure to join me for the next live stream. I don't know when that's going to be. It's very difficult to edit videos when your hand is in this thing. Before we go, you want to look? You want to look at this? You want to see what's going on? Ah! Oh God, look. Ah. Here's where they went in with the arthroscope. There was a camera poking around in there. And then here's where various other things were done to this tendon. Reattached it to various... Oh, dude, they did all kinds of crazy stuff. Either way, thank you all so much for joining me. And be sure to catch me on the next live stream and also for my next video. Also, be sure to subscribe. We're almost to 100,000 subs. Thank you all so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that.